This video, we are going to learn about what OFT, chargeback, and tribunal cases are. I just explained what dispute cases are, where both the parties did not meet the common resolution or did not agree to a common resolution. So what happens is some cases from these dispute ones will go to OFT. So what happens in the OFT is OFT is the intermediary body, our ombudsman fair trading. So what happens is OFT officer will come to us. They'll either call us or they'll email us, and they'll say that they have received a grievance from this customer, from customer XYZ, and they list out all the grievances or the issues that the customer had with us. Now the OFT officer will ask, how are you going to compensate this customer, or how do you wish to resolve this case? So what happens is the resolution department head, or the person who is trained in preparing the OFT, will prepare a detailed timeline document. I'll show you what a detailed timeline document is. So this document looks something like this. This is, as of now, this is in doc file, but we send this file in a PDF format. So what happens is, what this file contains all the details about that job from the date the customer requested for for the quote till this dispute happened where the customer did not agree to the resolution we offered. Everything is listed here. What happened, on which date the customer requested for the quote, on which date he paid, on which date no guarantee was offered, on which date reclean came, on which date reclean was done. So basically everything from start to the end, everything is here. So you'll prepare such document and you'll send it to the OFT officer. So once this is done, OFT officer will conduct their own training, their own investigation, sorry. And after the investigation, they can come to two or three results. They can either agree to the resolution we offered, and customer also agrees, and we refund the customer that compensation amount. Second thing is OFT officer. The customer has at the stage of dispute, customer denied a refund, but if OFT officer thinks that the resolution we offered is the correct one, they'll advise the customer to accept it. And if the OFT officer thinks and also the customer believes that the resolution we offered is not correct, they'll advise the customer to escalate this case further to the tribunal. I'll explain to you in some time what a tribunal is. Next is chargeback and stages. So what happens is, in some cases, in such escalated cases, one is chargeback, where the customer can file for a full refund through their bank. So if customer has paid via their card, it could be Visa, Mastercard, or Amex, they can file this chargeback. So what happens is chargeback comes in the format of two. It could come as a transaction fraud, or if customer says the service was not as provided. So this is something which is never acceptable to us, but chargeback believes that this is an acceptable thing in their end. So we'll have to just obey their orders, and what we'll do is we'll prepare a very similar document to the OFT doc that I just showed you, and we'll send it to the chargeback team or the person who is responsible uh, for that case. We'll forward our timeline document to that person. This chargeback team will do their investigation and then will come to the resolution. If customer thinks and if both the parties think that the resolution we offered is the correct one, they'll advise the customer to accept it and we'll refund, or they automatically will debit the amount. And if in the next instance, if the customer does not accept the refund we offered, then the chargeback team will come back to us and this case will move to the next stage, which is the pre-arbitration stage. In this stage, chargeback team bank gives us two options, which is either to accept or decline that chargeback. If we accept this chargeback, then whatever amount the customer is seeking, cust- the bank debits that amount from our account. They'll deduct that account amount. And if we choose to decline that chargeback, then what happens is we'll have to first provide all the evidences that why are we denying that refund that the customer is expecting, and you'll also have to provide various documents, correct documents, to validate your points. So one take in this pre-arbitration stages, if bank says that no, the resolution you provided is not correct and the customer still wants a full refund, and if we decline and the case is ruled against us, then we lose full refund if the customer was after a full refund plus the $500 pre-arbitration fee. This is why I just said that this is a very risky stage. So next step is, or the third thing in this escalated case is the tribunal. Tribunal is the proper court case and where hearing happens. So what happens is, if so firstly, what kind of cases come in tribunal? Any OFT escalate case can come here, or customer can come directly who were in dispute or who were not happy with the resolution we offered. Such cases can come to tribunal. Hearing happens in these cases. The chargeback, not chargeback. The resolution department will provide the similar timeline document to the person who takes such cases ahead, our managers. And then what happens is this hearing will happen. So such hearing happens on call, but only in Perth and Darwin. These are the two cities where hearing happens in person in court. Thank you.